Welcome back to another episode of Her Mic, Her Rules. I'm your host, Lady D, and today we have an exclusive interview. We are going to introduce DJ Ace, the mastermind of the turntables. How you doing, DJ Ace?
What's going on, y'all? Salute. Lady D, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you for blessing me, with your presence.
Definitely.
So how you been today?
Very good, very good. Nice and relaxed day. Took a little cruise from Long Island to the Bronx, and now we're here.
Okay, good. All right, I'm glad, you didn't have no trouble finding the place. All right, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to know is, how did you get your name, DJ Ace, the Cut Lieutenant?
So, as everybody knows, I was a member of the New York City Police Department. I was also a lieutenant for about 16 years. So I came up with an idea. I pitched it to one of my friends, Diamond the Artist, DTA. I want to be called the Bad Lieutenant. So right off the bat, he shot it down and said, I don't think that's a good idea. You're always scratching, you're always cutting. How about we go with the Cut Lieutenant? So I didn't really like it at first, but I went with it, and it took off like wildfire. So right now, everybody's like, hey, Cut Lieutenant, what's going on, man? So now I'm used to it, and it stuck with me.
Okay. I know you started off, when you was 10 years old, spinning, in your mother's stereo, right? So do you remember the first record that you started spinning?
Well, there were a few records. One was King Cut by word of mouth. Shout out to DJ Cheese, salute. He's a huge inspiration for me. To this day, I do a lot of scratches that he was doing. So King Cut was one record. What's another one? Here We Go, Run DMC, Jam Master J, Run DMC. But the one record that sticks out to me is I Can't Live Without My Radio by LL Cool J. So, it starts off My Radio. So I was able to manipulate the record and make it say, my, make it super clean.
Oh, wow.
So when I did that, that was it. That was it. I knew, that's what I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to get better at it. And whenever anybody would ask me to do a little showcase, that was my go-to record.
What did your mother say when she first heard that?
I don't think she ever heard it.
No?
I used to do it when she wasn't around.
Oh, okay. Because she didn't want you to mess up her
I don't
stereo,
know if she
right?
did or she didn't, but I didn't want to take any chances. So whenever she wasn't around, that's when I used to practice. As far as she knew, I was just playing the record. I wasn't scratching.
Your hand's been on the turntable for like 40 years. So what made you hold off on pursuing a DJ career until now? And what led you down the path of becoming a police officer instead?
So when I was growing up, I was more of a scratch DJ than a party DJ. I had a rap group back in the day, and we used to go to Funky Slice Studio, which was downtown Brooklyn on Lawrence Street. I even remember the engineers, Control and Dr. Beat. And it just goes to show you, you can't judge a book by its cover. These two guys were Asian guys, but they knew more about hip-hop than all of us combined. They knew about beat making, they knew about hip-hop, they knew about DJing, they knew about everything. So me and my friends would make demo tapes and shop them around. A lot of companies didn't even respond. The one company I do remember that responded was First Priority Records. It wasn't an acceptance letter, but still it was a letter, and we were all excited. But nothing
do you
really.
Remember what the letter said?
It said, "Thank you for considering us to be your record label. However, your material is not what we're looking for at this moment." So even though it wasn't an acceptance letter, we were just happy that we got a response. That's the first time we got a response. But it didn't really go anywhere. So at some point in time, you have to figure out what you're going to do with your life to make money and what kind of career. So I come from a family of police officers. I have two older brothers. My oldest brother, unfortunately, just passed away a few weeks ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Thank you. He was a transit police officer, and he used to come to the house. He used to always have all kind of stories for me. He used to have his gun dangling from his shoulder holster, and it inspired me to become a police officer. Then my other brother, my first brother, his name is Glenn Rhodes, and my other brother, Khalif Mathis, he was also a transit police officer. and then the merge happened, and then it became one NYPD. So between those two guys, I was definitely inspired to become a police officer. I always wanted to become a police officer.
Okay. So at what age you became a police officer?
I was 23. First went into the United States Marine Corps. I went in at age 17, 91 to 97. And then April 97, that's when I became a member of the New York City Police Department.
Oh, wow. Okay. Which precinct did you work for?
So I started out in Midtown North, which is the 18th precinct, covers the Midtown area. Then I got promoted to sergeant. I went to the 8-4 precinct, which is downtown Brooklyn.
Oh.
Then I got promoted again to lieutenant. That was my last location, which was the 7-8 precinct, Park Slope, Brooklyn.
Oh, in Brooklyn also. Okay. So when you were a police officer, what are some of the most common questions people would ask you?
So I'll give you three. Courtesy cards, the Miranda rights, and the use of force for police officers. So the courtesy cards, for people that are unaware, every union within the police department, so it's the PBA for police officers, SBA for sergeants, and LBA for lieutenants, and so forth. They give what's called some courtesy cards to you, and you could distribute those cards to your family, to friends, and if they happen to get pulled over by a police officer, the police officer can, if he or she deems it appropriate, can give you a warning, give you some courtesy, give you a warning. But you have to give courtesy also to the officer. So if you get pulled over and you curse the officer out, you could forget about that courtesy. So a lot of people say, hey, cut lieutenant, what's up with that courtesy card? Let me get that courtesy card. So that's one big question I get. The other one is the Miranda warnings. Yo, cut lieutenant, I got locked up. And the officer didn't read me my rights. Are they supposed to read me my rights before placing me under arrest? And the answer in New York City is no.
Really?
A lot of people don't realize that. A police officer can place you under arrest without reading you your rights. The only time where you have to be read your rights, if they're going to question you in regards to the crime that you're accused of. So if they're going to question you in regards to the crime that you're accused of, then they have to read you your Miranda rights.
So can they just come up to a person and arrest them?
Yes.
Without reading the rights?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yep. A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
So I get that question a lot. And the other one is the use of force. Hey, cut lieutenant, why do y'all have to kill people all the time? When y'all shoot people, can't you just shoot them in the hand? Can't you just shoot them in the foot? Or, you got to kill them?
Yeah.
So New York City police officers are trained to shoot center mass. And they're not trained to shoot to kill. They're trained to shoot to stop the threat. So whether it's somebody coming at you with a knife, somebody has a gun and pointing at you, somebody has a bat, they're running towards you, or somebody else, they're trained to shoot to stop the threat. And they're trained to aim for center mass, which is the chest area. It's the largest part of the body. So if you take time, first of all, somebody's charging you, trying to stab you, there's no time to aim for the extremities. But if you do try to aim for the extremities like the foot or hand, you're probably going to miss and shoot somebody in the back of them. So that's number one. And number two, if you do happen to hit them in the foot, they're still able to continue to attack you. So that's why, they're trained to shoot center mass. Another one is, why do you have to shoot so many times? So, everybody, is looking at the movies. So in the movies, the hero fires one time and the guy gets blown back 20 feet.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
It's not real? Okay.
Somebody, adrenaline is pumping and somebody's coming at you. Most likely one round is not going to stop them. Also, if there's more than one officer on the scene and they each fire, let's say 3 or 4 rounds, which could happen in a split second, 1, 2, 3, 4, just that quick. As quick as you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's how quick somebody can shoot. So you have 3 officers here and they fire 4 rounds. That's 12 rounds, just like that in a split second. So after everything is said and done, here this person is, hit with these rounds, and they're like, well, that's overkill. Why'd you have to do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's why. So those are some of the top questions that I
always wonder that too. I always be like, why they can just shoot them in the leg or the arm or something?
So all we know is what we see in the movies.
Yeah.
Before I became a police officer, I feel the same way. If we can avoid taking somebody's life, why don't you?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's no time to aim, for somebody's foot. And even if you do happen to hit them in the foot, chances are they're still going to continue doing what they're doing.
They might still try to escape, right?
Right, not escape, but when you're shooting somebody, you're stopping them from causing serious physical injury to yourself or to someone else, or death. So it's like a last resort, and hopefully it doesn't have to come to that. But these are some of the reasons.
Oh, okay, wow, I learned something new today. From vinyl to Serato to streaming, what's the biggest loss and the biggest win in the DJ culture today?
Well, the biggest win, you don't have to carry those heavy crates. Just one crate of records is heavy as hell. It's ridiculous. So a 4-hour party, everybody wants to hear everything. So if you had to carry those crates, you have disco music, you have 90s hip-hop, classic hip-hop, 90s R&B, new hip-hop, house music, freestyle, Afro beats. So if you had to have crates for all of those records, it would be ridiculous. And that's not even including the speakers or the equipment. So that's a big plus, with Serato and the MP3s and all that kind of stuff.
So it's much easier
Much
now,
easier.
Right? Yeah.
Also, to share music, I can give you my whole collection just like that overnight instead of, lugging crates and, it's unbelievable the way things are now. Also, I put scratches on a lot of artists' projects. I can do it over the email. I could do it at home. We never have to meet in person. I could email it to them, and the song is done. Any artist that wants to collaborate, just like that, it could be done without ever meeting in person. So those are the big pluses. The downfall with the streaming, the streaming platforms are the ones that win. I was just looking at it a couple of days ago. Just to make minimum wage, an artist has to have his music streamed. It has to be in the millions. That's just for minimum wage.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. When you first heard Roxanne, or saw Beat Street, what switched in your head from hobby to calling?
So Beat Street, I literally watched that movie every single day. I knew the entire dialogue. So that movie was pure hip-hop, all of the elements, especially the DJing. So that definitely inspired me to be a DJ even more, and it got me into music even more. But the song Roxanne, and fast forward to when I was a police officer, I had a unit assigned to the Barclays Arena.
Oh, okay.
It was myself, one lieutenant, one sergeant, shout out to my man Angelo, salute, and about 10 to 12 police officers. So while I was working there, I had the opportunity to meet quite a few artists, including Kango Kid from the group UTFO. So when I met him, I told him that's the one song that got me into music. After hearing that song, Roxanne, I was glued to the radio.
Ending on Funk Master Flex 5-minute legendary. How did that connection happen, and what did that moment mean to you?
So once again, working at the Barclays Arena, I met Funk Master Flex. He was walking past me, gave me the head nod, acknowledged me, and I told him, I was a big fan of his, and we exchanged numbers just like that. At the time, he didn't know that I DJ'd. And fast forward, one of my DJ videos went viral, and he happened to see it. So he texted me. He said, "Hey man, is that you?" So I said, "Yeah, that's me." So he said, "Yo, I gotta get you on my show, 5 Minutes of Funk." And sure enough, he stuck with his word and got me on his show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. How did that make you feel?
To get a cosign,
like a legend,
to get a cosign from him is incredible. Just to make it on that show, because prior to myself, they had legendary DJs on there: Mel Star, Boogie Blind, DTA, just Scram Jones, like all the top turntablists they had on there. And for me to be on there was just amazing.
Yeah. That's history right there.
Correct.
How did that Rock the Bells Series XM happen, and what did LL Cool J say when he heard your mix?
So LL Cool J happened to see one of my videos. I was scratching Rock the Bells on top of another one, Bites the Dust, and he loved the video, loved it, and he reached out to me and asked me would I be interested in doing some mixes for his channel. So of course I was like absolutely. And he's super humble guy, very down to earth. I didn't actually talk to him with the first mix. I talked to his assistant, and she told me that he gave the thumbs up to the mix. But since then, I've done a DJ Premier mix and I've done a RZA mix, and he actually did a post on his personal Instagram page, giving me a shout out, telling me how dope the mix was. So that was an incredible feeling.
So you guys still keep in contact?
Yes, yes. Whenever he comes to New York, we connect. Great guy.
Linked up with a West Coast legend, Ice Cube.
Yes.
Right? So for this project, Man Up, how did that collab happen, and was it like mixing that Brooklyn fire with Cube's West Coast energy?
So once again, I have to thank social media. One of my videos that went viral, it was actually an older video. It went viral a while ago, but somebody reposted it, and Ice Cube happened to see it, and he loved it. So he had his people reach out to me and asked me would I be interested in putting some scratches on his new project. So of course I said absolutely, and he flew me out to California, and this is the way the process went. I went to the studio first with his engineer, and he said, Ice Cube wants you to put scratches on each and every song where you think they should go. And when he comes, he's going to take away, add, and go from there. And sure enough, he came in, and first of all, super humble guy, very nice guy. He thanked me for coming. I'm like, man, thank you for flying me out. But we went through each and every song. He told me to take some stuff out, put some stuff in, and it was just a process. And just being there with him was just an incredible feeling. And I say out of the 14 songs, I put scratches on 9 of the songs.
I know I would have been like starstruck.
Yeah.
Like,
so
what? Ice Cube?
You know, that's where it gets back to my Marine training. You know, I held my composure.
Yeah.
Inside, I'm a little kid going crazy. But on the outside, you know, I'm cool and calm.
Was that your first time going to the West Coast?
My second time.
Yeah.
Second time.
How was it?
Oh, it was great. Yeah. Nice weather, and everybody was friendly. It was great.
It was also featured on Fox 5 News and NY. So that was major, right? How
Yes.
did that happen?
So that was through Kango Kid again. Kango Kid is friends with a gentleman named Steve Rain who works for New York One. And he told Steve Rain about me, and Steve Rain thought it would be a great piece for New York One, and we did it, and it came out great. The reception for it was excellent, and then from there, Fox 5 saw it, and they wanted to do a piece also.
Oh, so Fox 5 saw New York
Right.
Ones first. Oh, okay.
Right, correct.
And then they called you up? They called you up personally? Or how did that happen?
Yes, a representative from them reached out to me, and same thing. I'm like, I would love to do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Any opportunity, hey,
Right.
get yourself out there. Not every DJ gets mainstream like you have.
Correct.
Right? Why do you think your story stood out enough to make the news?
One big part of it, I would say, is the uniform. You know, back then, now you see it a little more. But back then, very rarely, if at all, you're going to see a police officer in full uniform scratching Pump Me Up by Trouble Funk, you know, or some other classic break record. You know, you're just not going to see it, you know. I remember a friend of mine said he saw the video. When he first saw it, you know, he's very skeptical. He's like, what's this gimmick? You know, what's this cop just like that? He told me, he said, you know, his lips were twisted, and he said, what's this all about? But then when he actually saw the video, he was like, nah, this guy has some skills, and he was impressed.
Yeah, because you in your uniform DJing, right? So it's like a lot of people, you know, they view police officers different. So when they see it, you know, police officer, you know, doing other things, it's like, oh wow,
right?
Like, you know,
people view police officers as being, you know, basically robots. You know, we have no feeling at all. We just love running around beating people up and throwing the cuffs on them. You know, I get it.
You're not knowing, you know, that you guys have a hobby too.
Right. You know, just
have
people.
other things that interest you.
Right.
As well.
You know, when people meet me in person, you know, they're pleasantly surprised. You know, they're like, oh, I could actually talk to this guy. You know? And if I wasn't in uniform, you would never know that I was actually a police officer.
Yeah, because you don't represent
Right.
that.
I don't sit up here talking
bragging about it.
Right. I don't brag about it. I don't talk about the law every 2 minutes. I don't talk about arresting people every 2 minutes. I just talk about everyday things that me and you would talk about anyway.
Remember the first person who calls you or texts you after seeing you on TV, and what did that moment feel like?
So my phone just literally blew up afterwards. I don't remember the first person, but what I do remember is my mom. The smile on her face is unbelievable.
Yeah, I know she was proud of you.
She's very proud.
She's like, that's my boy. yeah, right? Mm-hmm. That was nice. I know I would be happy if I see you, any of my sons on TV too.
That's right.
So you served in the Marine Corps for 5 years and NYPD officer for 26 years.
Yes.
How did discipline from those worlds shape your DJ presence?
Well, first of all, there's no other branch like the United States Marine Corps. After you graduate basic training, you feel like you can run through that brick wall unscathed. The confidence it gives you is unbelievable. So after that, even to this day, if there's something that I really, really want to do, I know I could do it. I just have to put in the time. So the confidence level that you have is very high. Very high. So I already know if there's a scratch that I want to learn, or if there's something that I want to learn, I can do it. I just have to put in the time and put in the work. And like with anything, discipline is involved, like working out. If you want to lose 10 pounds, there's going to be some discipline involved. And that's me to this day.
So did music ever serve you as therapy after the badge?
All the time, even now. After I used to work the 4 to 12 shift, and by the time I get home way out in Long Island, it's about 1 in the morning, a little after 1. So I remember sometimes I get on the turntables, next thing you know, I look at the clock, it's like 5 a.m. And
oh, wow.
It felt like it was just 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I could definitely lose myself in the music, and it's therapeutic.
Okay. Yeah, because after like a long day, right, of the chaotic stuff going on out here in New York.
Yeah, New York is like no other city, You'll get maybe 15 911 calls in one day. Meanwhile, a police officer in some other part of the country, they'll get 15 calls in 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
Wow,
but we'll get 15 calls in one day. So it'll be somebody sick, the first call, a missing person, the second call, a robbery, the third call, an assault, a baby sick, a baby not breathing, so your emotions are up, down, up, down, up, down all day. And that's not including the bosses when you go in the precinct. That's a whole nother level of stress right there, which most police officers, that's where they get the most stress. The streets, most police officers can deal with. I know I could deal with it. I'd rather deal with the stress of the streets than the internal stress from the supervisors, because that's a whole nother ball game.
Really? Oh, wow. So they really get on you.
Oh, yeah. It's never good enough. It's like the foot on your neck constantly. It's never good enough. No matter what you do, it's never going to be good enough. So that's why you have to have good bosses to help even it out.
Yeah.
If you have, so can I give cops extra money? No. What can I really do to help cops, deal with their stress? Maybe give them some time off, get in the day off. So for me, knowing that I could get a day off if I really, really needed it, that makes me feel great, especially if you have a family at home. So I used to let it be known, if you really, really need time off, you need to come in a little late, get off a little early, or take the whole day off. I'll make it happen. Some way, I'll make it happen. And, that's one way you can help officers a little bit.
So how did you keep yourself safe in these streets?
So, it's about tactics, it's about confidence, about working out, because people look you up and down. A lot of people will say appearance is not everything, but appearance is everything. I don't care what anybody tells you. People will look you up and down. If they think they can take you, they're going to try it. So if you every day you work out and you walk out with confidence, but you also give people their respect, that will give you the edge on the average person. But even when you do everything right, you could still get hurt, so it's just, part of life.
Was you ever in a situation where you had to take somebody out?
As far as firing my weapon, you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Knock on
good.
wood, thank God.
Okay.
I pulled my weapon out plenty of times, but as far as firing on someone, no.
Yeah. Okay. This is a side question. I know you met DMX.
Yes.
How did you meet him?
So and that's a funny story. So once again at the Barclays Arena. So Nas is one of my favorite artists, if not my favorite artist. It was a show with him and Mary J. Blige. So I already knew I don't want to work this event. I want to go as a guest.
Yeah.
So I went, myself and my wife, we went as guests. And so working at the arena, I had a little extra privileges. So I was backstage for some time. So I was able to use one of the bathrooms that was backstage. So someone was in there. So while I'm waiting, lo and behold, who comes out? DMX.
Wow.
So we lock eyes, and he says, "I know you from somewhere," just like that. And that just sparked up a whole conversation. Super down to earth guy, regular guy. I told him who I was, and I told him I was a big fan, and we just kicked it for the entire night. And I actually gave me a video drop, which I treasure to this day.
Oh wow, nice. I know. I seen it.
Yeah,
I know. I was like, man.
great
You
man.
met DMX.
Great
I'm like,
man.
wow.
Super nice guy.
Yeah. I always wanted to meet DMX, but rest in peace to DMX.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yeah. What's one lesson from service life every upcoming DJ should live by?
So definitely put in hard work. Don't do it for the money. Do it for the love. And the more work you put in, the more you're gonna get out. And just perseverance.
You've seen eras, right? So mixtape hustles to stream giants. What advice would you give to a 15-year-old spinning in his bedroom right now?
So that was me. I was just in the bedroom. I was what you call a bedroom DJ for years until some of my videos went viral, and pretty much I just did it for the love of it. I was, a member of a group, and we were trying. Every kid in that era was trying to be like Run DMC, LL Cool J, Eric B. and Rakim, Beastie Boys. Every week, watching Video Music Box, it's a different artist coming out. So we felt that we could do it as well. So, I would practice every day, hone my skills, and every time I heard a new DJ come out, I would try to emulate what they were doing. I would try to imitate the best I could and try to learn just from listening. Nowadays, these kids have YouTube. They could actually look and see. They even have instructional videos, but back in those days, all I could do was just listen, and try to figure out what they were doing. And I just kept doing it, and lo and behold, I just kept getting better and better. Even now, I amaze myself now sometimes because these kids are doing these scratches now. I can't even keep up, but I try my best, and every now and then I'll get it.
And we didn't have the internet back then.
Right. Right.
So. What was the name of your group?
Stage Kings.
Okay.
It was always some kind of
how many of you guys?
some kind of king in the group. It was three of us.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
And to this day, man, I don't want to mess up his name. So his name in the group back then was Storm. I just forgot his new name now, but he's still in the music industry, and he actually did work with Diddy, and he wrote music, and he did very well for himself.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
You guys still keep in contact?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Through social media,
nice.
we reconnected. My man DJ San, he made the connection. I put up an old throwback pic, and he's like, "Hey, that looks like this guy," and he connected us, and it was great talking to him. And my other buddy's name was Jam, and I think he was in the music industry too. But
okay, you haven't contacted him yet?
Yeah, I kind of lost contact with him.
Yeah, it happens. Everybody goes their own way.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your transitions are crazy.
Thank you.
You switch tracks so fast that it feels effortless. Where is your headspace when you're in that zone? Is it all pre-planned, or are you just freestyling in the moment?
So my personality in general, I'm a planner. I try to plan everything ahead of time. So if I know that I have a big job coming up or a big gig coming up, I'll plan. I saw an interview recently with Questlove. He said he got picked to do an event for Beyonce and Jay-Z. and he picked about 150 songs that went perfectly together.
Oh, wow.
So I said, you know what? That's me. I'm that type of guy. I'll, plan and pre-plan and practice and practice. I'll over-prepare for something until it, because I'm a perfectionist, until I think it's good enough. But, sometimes I won't have that luxury to plan, and then I'll just have to wing it or go. So I can do both, but I prefer to have something planned out first. That's my preference.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if there was a Mount Rushmore of DJs, who's in it, and would you put yourself in it?
No, I definitely wouldn't put myself in it.
Why
No,
not?
absolutely not.
Why not?
There's no way. No.
So
Even though I get a lot of accolades and a lot of credit from legendary people, I still don't think I'm at that level yet. People throw the word legend around. I get it all the time. Man, you're a legend.
Yeah.
In my eyes, I'm not even close to being a legend. But that's a whole nother
But you
story.
went viral in 2014.
Yeah, that's because of social media and stuff. You got guys that actually did the legwork. They were going to all the battles. They were going to all the parties, and that's what you had to do in those days to get to the same level as some of these DJs, including myself, are at now. To get to that status, you had to put in the work to go to the parties, to go to the battles, to put yourself out there. And even when you went, you might not even be able to get on the turntables. They might not even let you on. So the DJs that went through that hustle back in the day, hats off to them all the way, because the social media just was able to make you skip that part and launch you. Your videos can go worldwide just like that, and those DJs back then, they had to win the battle, to even get recognition. So
whose face will be in it?
My Mount Rushmore, and for the people that get angry, this is my personal, because these are the DJs that influenced me, from when I grew up. I was born in 73 and I grew up in the 80s. So definitely Jam Master Jay. Huge influence for me. Matter of fact, that was one of the records I would scratch, because for Run's intro on stage, Jam Master Jay would scratch the word run, or any turntablist knows this, run, zip, run. So I would practice that off. So definitely Jam Master Jay, and I consider them the three kings. DJ Scratch, shout out to DJ Scratch, I'm good friends with him. DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Cash Money. An honorable mention to Richie Rich. So those are definitely the DJs that I would put on. And that's not taking anything away from any other DJ. I salute Grand Wizard Theodore for inventing scratching, Grandmaster Flash, DST, all the legends, Executioners, DTA, Rob Swift, Sinister, I could go on for days, Boogie Blind, Precision. I mean, there's just so many DJs.
Yeah, so many.
Invisible, Scratch Pickles, Qbert, all the DJs, what I'm getting at. But that's my personal preference, because those are the DJs that influenced me direct. Those are the DJs that I took to and I tried to emulate. And even to this day, a lot of my scratches, that's what they are. That's what they're based on, what those guys were doing. DJ Cheese, him as well.
You came up with legends, but still move with the times. How do you keep that relevance muscle alive?
You have to stay relevant. I remember somebody said, yo, man, you literally post online every day. What's up with that? So, that's my way of staying in the limelight and staying relevant, just putting yourself out there. A lot of my videos that took off, some of them were older videos. The one that Ice Cube saw was an older video. So I'll do new material, but I'll also repost older video. And also I'll get a song that just came out by a particular artist, and I'll do a routine using that record. And maybe I'll get that artist's attention, and maybe they'll repost it. And that's how I try to stay relevant in the DJ world.
Yeah, okay. Describe DJ Ace in 3 words that still move the crowd today.
Well, I'm a righteous person. I always believe in doing what's right. I'm compassionate. I don't care what level I'm at, and I tell people all the time, it could be an A-list celebrity. I like people that are down to earth. If you're an A-list celebrity and you're not down to earth, I don't want anything to do with you. So I'm always compassionate. Any way I could help somebody out, I'll definitely do it. And ambitious, I always want to go to the next level if possible. I believe in hard work and putting in the time to try to get to the next level.
And for me, I feel you're a humble person as well, because
you.
you know, when I reached out to you, I didn't know if you was really gonna, you know, hit me back. Cause I'm like, he's certified, you know, he got the blue check, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not Hollywood at all. I'm not into that
like,
stuff.
You know, he went viral already, and I'm like, is he gonna get back to me?
If
like,
you DM me, it might take a while because I get a ton of DMs every day. But if you DM me, I'm definitely gonna get back with you at some point in time.
Yeah, but you got back to me real quick. I was like, oh my God. I told my husband, I'm like, is this real? I was like so excited. I was like, and I'm here trying to look for videos because I was like, I want to hear his voice. I want to know if this is really DJ Ace.
So that's a funny story.
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. So twice, people have tried to scam me twice. You know, they tell me they want to hire me for a corporate job, and they talk this big money, but at the end of the day, they want my personal information or they want my account information.
Oh no.
So with the Ice Cube story, I talked to a gentleman named Tony Draper. So Tony Draper is big time, you know. So I never met Tony Draper. I never talked to him before. So while I'm talking to him, in my head, I'm thinking, am I really talking to the real Tony Draper? So in my head, and I'm always thinking the worst. Being a police officer, I always think the worst because I always want to.
We from New York too, so
I want to be prepared for the worst at all times. So he's talking great things to me. He said, we're going to fly you to California. We're going to pick you up in the car. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to get off the plane. I'm going to get in this car with some unknown person, and I'm going to wake up with my kidney gone. That's what I'm thinking. So I reached out to my main man, DJ Scratch, because I know he's flown out to all kind of places. He's brought, because they asked me to bring my equipment. So he's done all this before. So I wanted to ask him, you know, his opinion. And it turns out he actually knew Tony Draper. So he called up Tony Draper and he confirmed for me it was the actual Tony Draper that I was talking to, and everything is legit.
Good.
So I felt 1,000% better.
Especially
going
like,
to California.
Yeah, no, I finally found a video with you having a conversation with somebody in the podcast 4 years ago. I was like, okay.
It's really
then
him.
You gave me a number, and I was like, all right, does he sound the same?
Right. I don't blame you. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, we live in New York. There's so many people.
You have to prepare for the
your
worst.
Identity, too.
Right.
You know? So
you have to prepare for the worst at all times, you know?
But I'm glad, you know, you came, you here.
Yes, this was an honor to be here.
Thank you so much. It's an honor for me, too.
Thank you.
You know, certified, you know, you're not, you know, like these other people that like, you know, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Talk to my manager's manager and his manager. No. You could talk directly with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right. So you done radio, you done TV and arenas. So what's the next move for DJ Ace? Any projects you're cooking up, and where can people reach out if they want that DJ energy in their event?
So just lately, I don't know why it picked up all of a sudden. A ton of artists have actually been reaching out to me to put scratches on their projects. So, you know, I'm very reasonable. If you want to reach out to me, no problem. And also, I'm working on a new EP. So my last EP was strictly beats with scratches on top. So my new EP is actually going to have artists on this one. So I'm very excited for it.
So artists that we know?
Yes.
Working with? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And some of them I actually haven't reached out to them as of yet. So hopefully they give me the thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah, they will. If they reach out to you, you know.
Yes.
So they still want to work with you. All right. So thank you so much, DJ Ace, the Cut Lieutenant, for sharing your journey, your experience, your wisdom, your heart with us today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You're truly a humble soul with a superstar talent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, this was a pleasure.
Where can the fans reach DJ Ace, the Cut Lieutenant?
So definitely on Instagram, at DJ Ace78. You could DM me, and I'll definitely reach back out to you. And also on my website, djace78.com. And you can reach out to me there as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. This is Lady Z, and you already know when the mic is in my hands, the rules are mine. Until next time, stay blessed and stay in tune.